If you're visiting the parks this month, you are not alone. We are never alone. March is one of the busiest times of the year at the Universal Orlando Resort, and there are so many things going on this spring break season. So what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to tell you everything you need to know to prepare yourself for your visits to the parks this month.
Of course, the biggest news for March is that it's Mardi Gras season. Mardi Gras is back in full swing at Universal Studios, with everything from the concerts to the parade getting back to normal. The parade is running every night this month, and it starts sometime between 6:15 and 7:45.
Just whenever they want to do it.
You can check Universal's mobile app to see exactly when it starts on any given day. But if you're wanting to throw beads from one of the floats, you're in luck. Universal is offering a limited number of spots on a daily basis, and you can reserve those on their virtual line system.
Trust us, it is a lot of fun.
If you're a pass holder and missed out on those pass holder spots, those all have been reserved, so you'll have to press your luck on the app as well. If you're wanting to get that perfect spot to view the parade from, we would suggest getting there at least 30 minutes before it's scheduled to start.
Yeah.
People love the parade, obviously, and if you wait until the last minute, it's going to be really hard to find yourself a seat. And on the other hand, if you're wanting to avoid the parade and all the madness that comes with it, we would suggest heading either to the back of studios or all the way out into City Walk about 30 minutes beforehand as well.
Yeah, they start roping off the streets, to keep anybody from getting run over by a parade float. Really good call by the law team over at Universal. But yeah, if you don't get to where you're wanting to be before that parade starts, you're gonna find it difficult.
You'll also want to take advantage of the discounted food and beverage cards that Universal is selling for this year's event. Well, they say it's for this year's event, but they're actually accepted at all of Universal's food and drink locations, including the restaurants out in City Walk, so there's really no reason not to purchase one.
Or a few, because you know where else they're accepted? At the butterbeer carts, that's right. So you can prepay butterbeer for a week.
Universal has said that these cards don't expire, and there's no limit to how many you can purchase. So if you frequent the parks, you might want to stock up on a few of these as well. You can also see all of the seasonal food and drink offerings throughout the entire resort on Universal's mobile app. And they also have a map of studios where you can see exactly where those food and drink kiosks are located. So you'll want to make sure that you download that app before you get to the park so you have all of that information at your fingertips. Universal is also ramping up their concert series with a total of 10 artists visiting the Music Plaza stage. You'll be able to catch a show every Saturday and Sunday this month, as well as the last 2 Fridays. We'll put a link to Universal's website down below so you can check out that full list of artists, and we'll also put a link to our Mardi Gras video in case you're wanting any more information about this year's event. But if you're a pass holder and you're planning on attending one of the Mardi Gras concerts, you do need to be aware of some blockout dates. Seasonal pass holders do not have access to the Mardi Gras concerts, so on those dates, you will not have access to Universal Studios. You will still be able to get into Islands of Adventure and Volcano Bay. And on top of that, both the seasonal and the power pass holders are blocked out of all 3 of Universal's parks from March 12th through the 19th. This coincides with the busiest part of spring break season, so it's sort of Universal's attempt at controlling the crowd levels to some degree. But if you weren't already aware, the parks are going to be pretty busy for pretty much the entire month.
Yeah, there's a reason that we call it the spring break season. Obviously, not all schools across the country go on spring break at the same time. It's just that the 12th through the 19th is when probably more of them are going on spring break. So yeah, it's just going to be really busy, guys. There might be a few days here or there where you find Gringotts at an hour and 50 minutes instead of a 2-hour wait or something. So be sure to take advantage of that, but please be prepared to wait.
We've said it before, but the Universal parks are growing in popularity, and it's getting to the point where it's just kind of hard to find a slower time at Universal, so just make sure that you embrace the crowd and don't forget to bring your patient pants. If you're wanting to find the lowest wait times possible, we suggest getting there as soon as the parks open.
Or while they're closed. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, you heathens.
For the majority of the month, both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure are opening up to daytime guests at 9 a.m. The only exception here is the week of the 12th through the 20th, so that week that the parks are expected to be so busy. Both parks do open up to daytime guests at 8 in the morning. The Volcano Bay Water Park is opening up at 10 a.m. for the entire month like usual. If you do have access to early park admission, we absolutely recommend taking advantage of that, and that's going to start an hour before the parks open up to daytime guests. So for the majority of the month, that's going to be at 8 a.m., except for that 1 week where they're open earlier, and then it's going to be at 7 a.m. Early park is at Islands of Adventure for the entire month, and then it's also at Universal Studios for the week of the 12th through the 19th.
I did want to mention something. It's kind of old news, but Hagrid's is no longer part of EPA, so if you're wanting to get in line for Hagrid's, going to early park isn't going to get you in line any sooner, but I would highly recommend getting in that line as soon as possible in the day.
Yeah, they usually open up early park admission at both parks when they're expecting it to be super busy, so that just tells you how crowded Universal is expecting it to be. Volcano Bay also has early park admission at 9:30 a.m. for the entire month. The closing times of the parks gets a little bit more complicated, with it varying all the way from 6 o'clock to 10 at night. Starting on March 12th all the way through the 31st, both studios and islands are open until 9 or 10 at night, with the only exception being on March 17th. Islands closes at 6 o'clock for some reason.
Probably an event or something.
But studios is still open until 9. For the first week and a half of the month, both of the parks are open until 7 to 9 at night, with those shorter hours being during the week and the longer hours being on the weekends. Volcano Bay's closing times are a little bit all over the place as well, ranging from 5 in the afternoon until 8 at night. Those later park hours are going to be in the middle of the month when the crowd levels are expected to be higher.
Yeah, with Volcano Bay closing at 8, we're pretty excited. We do have to renew our passes pretty soon, and we have talked about upgrading to that 3-park pass. So I would really love to check out Volcano Bay one evening, like when it's dark, because it's absolutely beautiful during the day. I can't imagine what it looks like when it's dark outside.
Also, as far as City Walk goes, it is going to be open from 8 in the morning until midnight, pretty much every day. The only exception is on Saturdays and Sundays. It does stay open a little bit later, and you can hang out there all the way until 2 in the morning.
And before we get this question, something you may notice is early park admission at the parks, especially that week where it opens at 7, that's before City Walk opens, which means that you can't get into the parks. No, actually, it doesn't mean anything, really. You're still going to be able to get through security and all that. There just won't be anything open in City Walk. So yeah, just don't worry when you see that.
Of course, we also need to talk about ride closures as well. Over in Islands of Adventure, Popeyes and Bluto's is shut down for annual maintenance, and it's scheduled to reopen on March 18th. The Carousel is also shut down for refurbishment, and Poseidon's Fury has yet to reopen either, but we feel like that could change at any minute.
Yeah.
We've been saying it for a while now, but it literally wouldn't shock us if it reopened as soon as we put this video out, so keep your eye out for that one. Over in Universal Studios, the only ride that shut down temporarily is Revenge of the Mummy, but of course Shrek 4D closed forever in January, and there's
4D? Forever.
And there's still not anything going on at the Fear Factor Live Stadium either. Over in Volcano Bay, there aren't currently any ride closures, so you should be able to experience everything that the water park has to offer.
If it wasn't for the fact that there are going to be 6.3 million people there. Alright guys, that wraps up today's video. Leave us a comment in the comment section and let us know, why is 6 afraid of 7?
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. You can hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification so you get an alert every time we post a new video.
Thanks for watching, cause it's bigger.